What's up with the tube? What's up? It's Fizz. How's it going? What up, snappers? Subscribe to my channel. So I just wanted to do a quick review on Sadhguru in inner engineering. I think a yogi's guide to joy. So I'm gonna go right off the bat with my rating of it. I'd give it a 3.5 out of 5. Do I recommend it? I do recommend it for the interesting. There's just interesting insight in there. Some things that you could find interesting. Of course. So, to be honest with you, I've actually had this book, I think like for 2 years, maybe. And it's 2019 right now. I read the book 3 times. I actually read it 3 times because in a way there's a lot of info, and for some reason I've read when I read books kind of like about mystics or mysticism, because I've read like a Buddha book before, and to be honest, I read it like 2 or 3 times, and every time I'd get to this one point in the book and I'd stop reading because I just felt like it wasn't useful. I'm not the biggest proponent of reading books. I don't read books all the time, and I'm not a book nerd or anything like that. I just wanted to give my review for an interesting video. And so this is where we are. So like I said, I give it a 3.5. I've read it 3 times, and you can find some very interesting things on it, like in it, just about, I don't know, some like kind of like hidden knowledge and just interesting things. I do recommend it. I don't know if I highly recommend it, but I do. I'm gonna get into a little detail. What I don't like about it is the fact, I understand he's Indian, and I get the point, and this is where a lot of it stems, but he refers, I understand there's Indian terms that don't fit the English definition, but he has a lot of referrals in there to the Indian language. So what does this mean? It's just like kind of hard to like grasp some of it, because the terminology and just some of it's just like, nah, you just don't need to know. Of course, there's always going to be downsides, but like I said, the terminology in like the Indian terms, it's like you should have just wrote the book. I mean, of course, it probably is in Indian, but maybe you should have revised. I understand he does speak English, but obviously, again, he's Indian, and Indian is probably his regular language. I understand why he speaks English too, but there's just components that didn't resonate with me. And like I said, I understand that it's in Indian, but it's more so the fact that, like, it didn't compensate. It didn't, and it was just, if you're writing a book in English, why do you have Indian, all these Indian words? And yes, I understand, again, the translation doesn't really add up, and there isn't words to translate it, but that kind of throws the whole thing off, because the book is written in English. That's the only thing I really didn't like about it. I'm not gonna say it was his book at the end of the day, and he was talking about, like, his childhood. It was either, like, he could have went way more in depth about it, because it's kind of vague, but it's like it draws you in a way, but it's just so vague, it just leaves you, okay, well, what's that? Like, really vague. I wasn't really the biggest fan of that part. As I said, I did read it 3 times. So the other side, like, I guess the good side, there's sadhanas, which are like things you're supposed to practice, or like ways to get into this inner engineering, this mystic realm. And even though, like, I at one point, like, went down and wrote all of them and maybe tried some of them, but I wasn't really feeling good. I was going through some things, which was more so diet related, and I just got toxins in me and a bunch of things like that. So, but anywho, I end up doing, I want you to hear me on this, the sadhanas. And it's not because, like, I was following the sadhanas or had it sub-programmed subliminally in my subconscious. I just naturally did them. And then because I was just thinking about this kind of like the other day, I naturally did the things that he was talking about. They're just natural things. So the sadhanas, to me, I'm taking this, like, out of context of the book. I kind of, like, almost followed them without even needing the book. I mean, I understand the book is for certain people, but I just want to say, like, the sadhanas, I just did them naturally. It wasn't like I practice them or anything like that. A lot of them are just like natural things. So the book size and length, I would say, is relatively decent for the price. Sure. Cool cover, I guess. But I'm really not a fan of, like, the chakras and this and that. It's, again, there's interesting insight in there about a way to look at things, and he does cover a wide range of topics. Do I consider myself a yogi? I don't really know. I would say, like, I do have a lot of traits necessarily maybe for that. But yeah, but I guess that's just how the book is, and I just wanted to give my insight. So this is Fizz, Snappers. Salute to me, salute to you. Subscribe to my channel for more content. I usually talk about health, not necessarily books, but of course you can see here I got a wide variety. I also talk about myths and conspiracies and pretty much anything. So it can be entertainment or advisory, however you want to take my channel. I do take video requests, so if you have any, let me know. That would be inspiring, and I'd be thankful for that. Links in the description if you want to further contact. Go to my channel, see, again, a whole array of other videos. Comment below, let me know how you feel and tell your telltale. That being said, subscribe to my channel. I actually gotta go back home. I meant to actually say, give me a thumbs up if you read the book and you liked it and you jizzed all over it, or you came. Give me a thumbs down if you didn't like the book at all and you wanted to return it, but it was too late in the return, or they wouldn't let you return it, so you decided it would make some nice fire tinder for the fireplace and you threw it in there. On the thumbs down part of things. Thank you. I would also say, if this book wasn't for you, a book that resonated with me a little bit more was in pretty much under the same circumstances, and the wording was just perfection. I'll do a review on it. Would be The Four Agreements. Miguel's, I always forget his name, but that book is just short, sweet, simple, makes complete sense. I know this ain't a review on it, but they're pretty similar and really nice. But though, again, the topics and interesting information between the two. Alright, thank you for tuning in. Have a nice day.